Why it matters to take care of yourself first and how to do it. Do you ever get that feeling that you are being pulled into a million directions until you feel like you've lost your center, your essence, and your being? Everybody wants you to do something for them. And of course, you want to help and you want to be there for them. Be their rock, a shoulder to cry on. You know you need to take care of yourself, but that takes a back seat. The feeling of satisfaction you receive when you help someone is undeniable. When you are there for them, you feel needed. There's a price to pay, of course, this emotion or feeling of acknowledgement comes with that price. It's like a double-edged sword. You keep giving and giving until you feel drained, emptied, and you can't recognize yourself anymore. You ask yourself, how does doing so much good leave you feeling so empty? You beg yourself to feed down all the good it's doing, but it continues to feel starved. You can't escape the cycle because you're stuck on repeat, and no one seems to want to click on the next button anytime soon. Here, we are going to help you learn how to take care of yourself and become the best possible version of you so that you really can be there for those that need you when the time comes. So, what it means to take care of yourself? This is the million-dollar question, right? The answer to this question can either make or break you because the difference between self care and being self centered is thin. Taking the wrong step onto the wrong side could mean absolute self destruction. So, how do you find this balance? Does it mean making irrational decisions at work where you give up everything? No. Does that mean being so self absorbed in your own needs that you begin to develop a blind spot to others? Definitely not. Taking care of yourself is simply realizing that you're also important. It means not to unnecessarily and constantly ignore your needs and the things that make you feel good. It can be the best described as helping others by helping yourself first. It means prioritizing your happiness and fulfillment without infringing on others. Let's face it, we'll always be needed by people around us, friends, families, and even coworkers. But most importantly, you are also needed by you, which could be your priority. Shouldn't you extend the same kindness and consideration to yourself as you do to those around you? If you're looking to live your best life, the answer should be a resounding yes. Common misconceptions around self-care. Over the years, the idea of learning how to take care of yourself has moved through various misconceptions and myths. Fortunately, these are beginning to change as people realize just how important self-care really is. Here are some of the most common misconceptions that need to be busted. So making self-care a priority is selfish. This serves as one of the significant reasons for feeling guilty when we decide to put ourselves first. A kinder, more realistic way of looking at it would be to realize that taking care of yourself replenishes replenishes you and helps you to take care of your loved ones better. You will practically be of no use if you are constantly being depleted. Ask yourself if you're really willing to sacrifice your joy and mental health. People always need your help. There is a vast difference between being there when you're needed and constantly hovering and waiting to magically fix everyone's problem. As hard as it is to hear, you're not the hero of the world. It is not your duty to save everyone. Not to mention that Doing this could only rob the people around you of the ability to learn from their experiences. This inadvertently leads to a toxic relationship with constant dependence. Boundaries will push people away. There is a law that states you attract what you display. If you present yourself as always available or a rescuer, you will attract people that need rescuing. If you don't set boundaries on how you should be treated, you'll be continuously propped and pushed until you're practically living for others, and your life doesn't seem to be yours anymore. People will always test your limits and sometimes take advantage of your seemingly good nature. For this reason, boundaries are necessary and yes, healthy. It's bad to expect something in return. While you would like to believe your actions are totally selfless and you expect nothing in return, we often feel resentful when our actions aren't reciprocated. It can seem easy to blame others, but you have to realize that to take care of yourself is your responsibility. And although some people might take advantage, you need to understand when to set the limit and keep some of that love for yourself. Your worth is based on others' opinions. Primarily, it all boils down to placing your value on other people's opinions or desires for you. It all centers on our self-esteem and the confidence to sometimes say no when the situation calls for it. Realize that if you are loved, you will always be loved for who you are, not what you can provide or offer. So, what is important to take care of yourself? Are you still doubting that it's important to take care of yourself? It's time to put that guilt away because the effects are magically and the results are practically life changing. Improve productivity. Self care has to bring into sharp focus the things that actually matter to you. Placing priorities enables you to focus and direct your energy to what was important to you. Do you ever have those dreams of trips you always wanted to take, but you never seemed to find the time for it? Well, putting yourself first has to cut down unnecessary laybacks that waylay any and all desires and goals.